McGill is entering a new and exciting chapter of sustainability on campus. From our research to our operations, sustainable solutions for local and global challenges are being innovated at all levels of our university. At the center of these initiatives, guiding the way, is the McGill University Climate and Sustainability Strategy. This strategy commits McGill to 3 ambitious, yet realistic long-term targets: achieving a platinum sustainability rating by 2030, having zero waste campus by 2035, and reaching carbon neutrality by 2040. It is our responsibility as citizens, scientists, and members of the global community that we do what we can to achieve these goals to reduce our impact on climate change and contribute positively to the sustainability of the planet. To support the achievement of these 3 targets, the content of the strategy examines the university's operations across 8 categories: research and education, buildings and utilities, waste management, travel and commuting, food systems, procurement, landscapes and ecosystems, and community building. Each category is headlined by 1 flagship action, with another 54 additional actions distributed throughout the strategy. Each of these categories and flagship actions is designed to support us in our journey towards achieving our long-term targets. This climate and sustainability strategy puts our best foot forward regarding our local response to climate change and socio-economic issues. Everyone at McGill has a role to play. From changing a personal habit to leading a large-scale project, we can all take part in addressing the urgency of climate change and contributing to a more sustainable future. The McGill University Climate and Sustainability Strategy originated from an extensive consultation process that spanned from January to September 2020 and directly involved over 200 McGill community members. Through targeted and open consultations, lessons learned from McGill's previous Climate and Sustainability Action Plan, and alignment and integration with existing university policies, the beginnings of this climate and sustainability strategy started to form. This included taking a refreshed look at the long-term targets. In 2017, McGill committed to its first 2 long-term sustainability targets: carbon neutrality and a STARS Platinum sustainability rating. The university's goal of achieving carbon neutrality by 2040 is aligned with the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change's decarbonization timeline. Carbon neutrality is a process that is intended to achieve net zero greenhouse gases by implementing a combination of action aimed at 1. Eliminating greenhouse gas emissions wherever feasible, 2. Sequestering carbon through the use of carbon sinks, and 3. Purchasing or generating carbon offsets. The Sustainability Tracking, Assessment, and Rating System, or STARS, is developed by the Association for the Advancement of Sustainability in Higher Education. It is a transparent, self-reporting framework that is widely used by colleges and universities. Over 1,000 universities and colleges have used it thus far. Since this inaugural assessment, McGill has made significant progress, which was reflected in the university's leap to a gold rating in 2016. The vast scope of the data needed for the STARS report and the rigorous demands required for attaining a platinum sustainability rating means that McGill must commit to embedding sustainability in all areas and at every level. Now, in 2020, a 3rd target, based on the community consultations, has been added: zero waste by 2035. McGill's zero waste target is a diversion rate of 90%. This percentage is based off of the internationally recognized standard that zero waste means achieving a diversion rate of 90% or higher. Among McGill's research-intensive peer institutions in Canada, 5 universities have committed to reach an 80% waste diversion rate or more. So far, McGill has made the jump from an estimated 15% diversion rate in 2016 to 37.6% in 2019. Meetings with key stakeholders, as well as feedback collected from the McGill community during virtual consultations, encourage the creation of this long-term target. By including zero waste as a 3rd long-term target, the university is taking an important commitment that requires a broad engagement from the McGill community. In order to achieve this target, the university will have to make changes in the campus infrastructure, supply chain, programs, and increase efforts to bolster education and engagement initiatives. The goals and commitments in the climate and sustainability strategy have been structured to maximize the impact on the waste diversion rate. The entire strategy is rooted in two transversal themes: equity, diversity, and inclusion, and climate change mitigation and adaptation. These themes are woven into all elements of the strategy and are the foundational principles in which our practice of sustainability is anchored. The climate and sustainability strategy is divided into 8 categories, supported by a total of 62 actions that will guide us to achieving the long-term targets. Be sure to read the full strategy to get the full scope of committed actions. Research and education. McGill University's mission is the advancement of learning and the creation and dissemination of knowledge, making the first category in the strategy research and education. The category objective is to, by 2025, identify strategies to increase learning and research opportunities in sustainability. The flagship objective is the implementation of a sustainability online module available to all students, staff, and faculty members. Buildings and utilities. McGill operates over 200 buildings across its campuses and aims to ensure that the university is built and managed efficiently and sustainably. The buildings and utilities category objective is to increase the environmental performance of buildings while reducing their carbon footprint. The flagship action that will guide this category is the commitment that all new construction and major renovation projects be, at minimum, LEED Gold certified. Waste management. From research labs to classrooms or cafeterias, waste comes from multiple sources. The university aims to rethink and reduce its consumption, and to divert waste from landfill through recycling and composting programs. The waste management category objective is to, by 2025, expand reuse, recycling, and composting efforts to increase the university's diversion rate. The flagship action is to implement a zero waste zone, an area free of waste, on campus. Travel and commuting. Travel and commuting activities at McGill are responsible for nearly 1/3 of the university's greenhouse gas emissions. The travel and commuting category objective is to, by 2025, develop initiatives to reduce the carbon footprint of commuting activities, directly funded air travel, and McGill's fleet of vehicles. The flagship action for this category is to develop a carbon offsetting program to mitigate the environmental impacts of traveling. Food systems. Building sustainable food systems entails selecting vendors that source sustainably produced food and support fair wages for their workers. It also means supporting regenerative agricultural practices through purchasing standards and progressively eliminating food packaging. The food systems category objective is to, by 2025, enrich sustainable food offerings by promoting local, third-party certified, and plant-based options. The flagship action for the food systems category is to explore the use of green roofs to grow food. Procurement. Sustainable procurement involves leveraging the university's supply chain to support environmental, social, and economic sustainability. By 2025, for the procurement category, we will raise awareness on sustainable procurement and contribute to the development of a circular economy. The flagship action is to increase the amount of goods and services purchased from social economy and indigenous businesses. Landscapes and ecosystems. Between the Lower Field, the Morgan Arboretum, and the Galt Nature Reserve, members of the McGill community have always had access to outdoor space. Through the McGill Master Plan, the university aspires to enhance the quality of the on-campus experience for students, staff, and faculty, while adhering to principles of sustainable growth and responsible stewardship. By 2025, under the Landscapes and Ecosystems category, we will develop landscaping projects that reduce the heat island effect, increase biodiversity, and foster well-being. The flagship action is to ensure vegetation initiatives increase canopy coverage and maximize local carbon sequestration. Community building. Several programs have been developed to address how the university builds connection amongst its community members and integrates social sustainability throughout its campuses. McGill aims to create a diverse, vibrant, and rich community where all feel a sense of belonging. The community building category objective is to enhance opportunities for sustainability and well-being initiatives while increasing the representation of past and present communities on the campus's physical spaces by 2025. The flagship action for the community building category is to implement a bicentennial student sustainability challenge in celebration of McGill's 200th year. So how do we make all of this happen? At the institutional level, it is about committing funds and resources to sustainability projects that will move us toward achieving our commitments and accomplishing our long-term goals. It is also about holding ourselves accountable through the regular tracking of sustainability metrics and key performance indicators. And it is about communicating that progress with our McGill community regularly through reports to be published in 2023 and 2025. At the organizational unit or faculty level, it is about integrating sustainable practices into day-to-day operations or teaching. Consider pursuing the Office of Sustainability's Sustainable Workplace certification, integrating sustainability into your curriculum, or helping out with one of the climate and sustainability committed actions. And on a personal level, we can make this happen by leading sustainability projects on campus, holding sustainable events, taking sustainability training or classes, or by simply integrating sustainable practices into our day-to-day lives. The climate and sustainability strategy is for and from the McGill community. It is how our campuses and communities will grow to meet the needs of people and planet without compromising our future. It is the step we will all take in growing a more sustainable McGill.